Sustainability is a very important aspect in our life. If we cannot sustain, the equilibrium is disturbed and will collapse, both literally and metaphorically. What happens if the balance is disturbed in the ecosystem and ecosystems? The food chain will be disturbed. As it happened long before because of the intentional killing of the sparrow during 1952 in China. With the order of Mao Zedong, with the wrong intention, with the wrong suspicion that the sparrows are the destroyer of the crops, the consumer of the crops, they tried to kill the sparrow. Sparrow was killed. But with the diminishing number of the sparrow, locust increased. And what happened? Instead of the sparrows, it was the locust who came to attack and in the swarm and put into the actions to vanish the millions of the tons of the crops, the paddy particularly. But instead, the sparrows were there. Apart from eating little bit of the crops, little bit of the paddy, they used to eat the locust to control the population of the locust, and that's the way the equilibrium, the sustainable ecosystem and the food chain was maintained. But later on, it created one of the greatest man-made disasters, the famine in China. Would you like to go back to that situation in our country? No. That is applicable both in our personal life and also in our society or the ecosystem. The sustainability is the key for the success. Now, wow, how? I may give you an example of my personal life. I am a good mechanical engineer, involved in the maintenance, and I am a dedicated, diligent worker. Always try to complete the job, whatever problem happens in this day. And in that doing, I am too much involved in each job and supervision of each job, arrangement of the resources, materials, and also following up. Despite having my junior subordinates who are not that much experienced but only 1 year or the 2 years experience in the industry, because I thought that I cannot delegate them properly because they are not capable enough to guide the fitters and the foremen. Thus, it was more involvement from my part. I was succeeded in completing, but at the cost of my health, my tiredness. My tiredness killed me internally. I developed blood pressure. And for sustenance, each day I had to take the tablet of the hypertension. So, I was not maintaining the sustainability. Because of my hard work, I was awarded, but I don't know whether it is award or the punishment further to be involved in a much greater way in the jobs. I got promotions, I got considerable hike in the salary, but again within expectations of the more involvement. I felt tired every day in the job because I thought my subordinates were not enough capable to take care of the jobs. In the meantime, one day I got the phone call, just like it is happening from the heaven. One consultant asked me, "Are you interested to change the job?" I agreed. And I thought positively, if I can be able to change this job, maybe I can come out from these situations of the non-sustainable, hard-working atmospheres. Every time I had to remain scared because of something called from the operations or something called from my boss or the GM that productions is going to be hampered. Gautam, please take care to mend that defect. And I had to arrange all the resources to maintain properly and to come out from that downtime. It was my daily routine. Anyway, I appeared the interview. I agreed that call of the consultant. I appeared that interview and I got job in a prestigious organization. It was Tata Chemicals Limited, and moreover, it was my homecoming, my home state West Bengal. I came there. It was a grand success for that time. And before joining, I made it a strategy that I won't be involved just like a foreman. Despite being manager in that previous organization, Hindustan Zinc Limited, I changed my strategy. And I tried, from the day one, I tried to delegate my subordinate the jobs. And instead, I just take care what is the jobs are going on. And I took care to follow up for this spare parts with the purchase team. Most of the times I had to involve in this purchase department and following up with the vendors when the supply is coming, and also further processing for the spare arrangement, indent making, and also getting the resources from the reliable sources with the cheap price. That was one of the key KPI in my jobs. And because of this small change in my involvement in the job from ground level to the bit higher level for more coordinations with the vendors and the purchase department, and also to my authority for approval of any purchase proposal, I got success. This small change made my life a bit sustainable as compared to my previous organization, Hindustan Zinc Limited, where I had to be involved in the field every time, consuming a lot of dust, consuming a lot of smokes, and mixed with the sweat and disappointment ultimately. So the conclusion is that small change in the life can make your life sustainable. Later on, after changing the lot of organizations, ultimately I came and landed in a country of the South African continent in Zambia. Again, it's a mining industry, copper mine. But here, it's a big challenge for the sustainability to work as per the cultures of the people because it's the different geography. I need to maintain my cool and calmness along with the proper arrangement of the resources in the different places, because sometimes the demand of the resources like cranes and the forklifts are simultaneously in the multiple locations. But judiciously I need to think, and in the planned way I need to distribute the resources so that everybody can complete the job, which is very much important. In this, there is a tendency for lethargic atmospheres. And being lethargic is not at all a sustainable state of the health. So I need to change my daily routines. And that is the reasons I need to involve in the jobs more and more, so that my involvement, my working, my activities will be enough to sweat for some hours of the day. It can maintain my weight and also my fitness in my personal life. Apart from having satisfactions of completions of the job in a standard way, so that equipment can be sustainable, equipment can be reliable. The small change in my habit that made my life, my health sustainable. So this is the two little examples. The small change can make it sustainable. In the larger field, we can talk about the menace of the plastic pollutions. This plastic, the paper, the plastic cover, the polythene bag is ultimately mixing with the soils, and it is creating the havoc for the entire ecosystems. But now technology have been developed. If we can change in our attitude, in our planning, to use all these plastics, and after shredding, if we can mix it with the bitumen and the stones and make the road, that road will be durable. And we can maintain this our planet Earth as a sustainable planet. We can mitigate the ill effect of this plastic pollutions. So there are many other pollutants which we can effectively plan in such a way that we can recycle it, we can generate power from garbage to power. Many people, they are generating not for making profit, but for effectively utilizing those garbage into power, and also by recycling all those garbage into the effective product, which make this effort profitable also. So these are few examples in our life, in the macro effect or in the micro effect, that can make our life, our activities more sustainable. What do you say? Basically, conclusion is that small change in our applications, in our implementations, can make our life much more sustainable. That's all. Thank you.